Welcome everyone. Today's project is going to be part of a, a goblet and uh, to coincide with hashtag week, uh, which Steve from SK Crafts announced. So I have a bit of branch wood here on the lathe. Uh, it could be, I don't really know what it could be because I got this a lot of months ago. A big branch of blew down and off a tree, and I went down and cut it up and took it all away. Quite a bit of it. Uh, so it's been sitting drying for a few months. I wouldn't say it's totally dry, but it'll be dry for this project. Uh, so I'll get a size of it. Uh, it's roughly about 8 inches long. It's about 3 inches wide. So we'll bring our camera in and we can see where we are. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to go bring it down to the round, and I'm just going to get my face shield and not taking any chances. And I hope you're all having a great day or a great morning or a great evening. I haven't done much myself in the last couple of days. I was out cleaning my driveway on, what day is this? This is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. I have a brick driveway, and all the moss and weeds were coming up through it, and it was looking terrible. So I went out and scraped it all out and got a good brush down. Now it's nice and clean, but in doing so, I made myself very sore. I couldn't do anything for 2 days there. So that's the usual thing with me. If I do something physical like that, I usually pay for it a couple of days later. Anyway, enough of that. So this is a piece of, it could be a bit of sycamore. It's definitely not apple. I'm sure of that. Uh, there's quite a few of these wee trees in this garden where this is. So it's not a shrub piece. It is a tree. So as always, check everything's tight and your speed's turned down if you have variable speed. If you have no variable speed, I recommend you change the belts down to one of the lower settings and then give the lathe a wee spin to see what's happening. This might be out of balance because there's a big branch coming out here, there's one there, and there's one here. So until we get it to the round, it'll be quite out of balance and it'll let you know. So we need to put the power on, Paul. Alright. Right. That's not bad to start with. We'll start with that. It's just sitting on there about 550. So there's a bump here. And I can just see the shadow line of it. a wee bit high on the tool rest. Just give you a better view of that. Now we'll stop that and move the tool rest in. We'll get rid of those big nasty bits that was poking out. So always remove your tool rest in, because if you have a catch and it catches, it'll want to pull the tool down into the space and it could be nasty. So you don't want that happening. So always stop your lathe and then move the tool rest in. And with that, it's quite a good bit of timber still. There's plenty of timber there to work with. And we want to put a tannin on this to get it in the chuck. So we'll just clean the end of this up. So we'll just bring the tailstock up again and relocate that, and tighten our chuck up. Right, we need to straighten this up a wee bit. So now this will help with the hollowing of the inside of the goblet, because we're on end grain here, so sometimes it can be very tough to turn out. I want to reduce the speed down a wee bit, around about 500 thereabouts. You don't want to be going too fast. Bring it back and clear the shavings out. You don't want to end up with your piece jammed in. This timber is still a wee bit wet, so I'll just take it easy. Just going to use a spindle gouge, using drill cuts to get her where we want to be. It will make a bit of a noise because we're so far from the headstock. So you just take it easy. And I'm just using the wing of the spindle gouge and pull cuts. I just went in with a push cut there to try and get that trued up. Now just the bottom bit here where it goes round at the bottom. Well, I'll stop that and have a wee nosy at it. It's getting there. There's just a wee nub still on the bottom where the Forstner bit was. We'll try our round scraper again. I want to put where's my light? I want to put my light in so that I can see where the thick parts are. I can get that to sit there. just show you that with the light out because I can see it, and you can see it quite clearly now with the light. So I'm just going to take a wee bit more of this away with the lights out. This will help me gauge the thickness. And bring it back to there. It's sort of an amber color, so I can take a wee bit more off it. I'll just move the tailstock down a wee bit, bring the light down. We're sort of, it's nice and dark here, this part, so I can take a bit more timber off it. You can start to see the light beginning to show. I've only taken very, very light shavings off that. It's starting to flex a wee bit, but I still got a wee bit of timber here. I know it's hard for you to see. Oh, you can see it okay. I'm just going to reduce this down a wee bit more. I'll move the light down a wee bit more to see if I can get. Right, it's quite dark still here at this point. Right, I think that's as far as I want to take it. I got the light back on, and you can still see the light shining through in that. Right. I'm going to give that a wee sand before we go any further. We're going and take the rest of this shape down. Let's see where we are here. So the bottom of my cup on the inside is there. So I'm in the solid timber beyond this point, so we can afford to turn this around and get a nice shape on it. So we'll get it. I'll give it a wee taste of Yorkshire grit. So this is part of hashtag week. As I said, Steve from SK Crafts announced it on Sunday, was it? Last? I can't remember, but this month is all about a goblet. It can be any shape, it can be as many bits you want to make it in. You can make it in 2 bits, or 1 bit, or 3 bits. And you can make it with different pieces of material. You can, I think, I was watching Mark, the gentleman wood turner, yesterday, and he made his out of a glass stem for the stem of it. So you can play around with it. When you make it in a couple of different pieces, you can add different contrasts and woods to make it sort of stand out. I'll wrap that wee bit around now. Let's see if we can get it to sit properly. What's better? And you don't want a whole lot of pressure on it. You just want it to stay there. So that's more than good enough. I'm just going to go a drink. Right. Give it a wee turn and see how it's performing. That looks okay. sides. Right, give it a wee taste of sand sealer. Right, so we've sanded that, and we've got a coat of sand sealer, Yorkshire grit, and a wee taste of wax. So now we can concentrate on our stem. What I done there was I brought the base down a bit, and you wanted to have it slightly smaller than the top. Well, that's what I reckon anyway. So we'll take some of this away. Okay, that's a sanding and the finish put on. We're going to part it off now. I just want to undercut it slightly. And just watch when you're taking it down to cut it off. Because you got the tailstock engaged in this, there's a wee bit of pressure on the stem. Not a lot, but before you go too far, just bring it to a reasonable thickness and slow the lathe down. And release the pressure off the headstock or tailstock. We're almost there, so that's it. And by releasing the tailstock, you've got that wee bit of room to push it back when it parts off so that you don't get caught up in with coming back on you and smashing. All right, so there you are, guys. That's my hashtag goblet made for this month. It's very thin. I think it's a piece of sycamore. I'm not sure. It looks like it's beginning to move already. It's going out of shape. You can see it. And you can see the light coming through in the background. That shows you how thin it is. I like working with wet wood. You can turn it a lot thinner than you can a normal piece. So just remove this out of the way and we'll finish off the bottom of it. The bottom has a wee nib. So what's that? I don't know what that is. We just get a bit of 80 grit, and that's wee nib. We'll just finish that off a bit of 320. That looks okay. Give that a wee taste. I was never going to lift my tin of Coke there and put it on it. Just needs a wee dab of sand sealer. As I say, this piece is wet. It was wet. Uh, it's not truly dried out. So just a wee taste of sand sealers around the bottom of that. That'll do that. So guys, there you are. That's my wee hashtag goblet for the or for this month's hashtag. I think it is a piece of sycamore. I had a couple of branches coming out of it. There's one there. There's the remnants and one there. There's one there. And there's one there. But turned out a nice wee project to do. And you can see it's quite thin. So, okay. I'm going to tidy up and that'll do me for the day. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and as always, be safe and watch what you're doing in your shed. You can never be too careful. Uh, things have a habit of creeping up on you and surprising you when you're not aware. So guys, all the best, mate, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now. Bye.